Hey, what's up everybody? I'm gonna do a take two real quick. I kind of walked around showing you guys these fourplexes, and there's like landscapers out. I swear they're following me around on their little motorized lawnmowers with like the blowers and everything as well, just being so loud, and it just was terrible for the sound quality. So do a take two real quick. Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Done Right. I'm here at a couple for my client, a couple fourplexes. So I have a client that a couple years ago, almost a couple years ago, he bought there's 12 like townhomes, but they're basically, it's like 3 fourplexes joined together into one big long 12plex, and you can buy kind of 4 at a time from this developer. They're 3 stories tall, 1,700 square feet, 3 bedrooms, big bedrooms, nice places. And I'm going to talk about the topic of today's video isn't per se about these fourplexes, but it's a lesson that I learned right before. It's a lesson that I learned right before we bought these, or we offered on these fourplexes, right? And I'm gonna tell you though how fantastic these have been for my client. So these, we bought them for $900,000, okay? And which is like, it was a lot of money a couple years ago. These now are worth about 1.3. So there's some that are sold for about 1.4 that are in a different city, but same kind of Salt Lake area, This is Eagle Mountain, so these are probably about maybe 1.3 to be conservative, maybe 1.35, because the rents are just as good as over there, But so my client has made $800,000 of appreciation on this property. They've also cash flowed about $1,000 a month initially. Now they're about up to $1,800 a month cash flow, and so just phenomenal. They've been phenomenal investments for him. So this one right over here, those 4 kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 are also some that he owns. There's a little clubhouse over here, just a bit further down, like a big park and a clubhouse and that kind of a thing. So yeah, fantastic deals. This is one of those, it's a planned community, has big HOA fees, but they cover a lot. They do all the landscaping, they have Wi-Fi, amenities. The roof is covered by the HOA, so is all the exterior maintenance. So, over time, as the stucco's cracking and things, HOA is covering all of it. So this whole community will stay in really good shape for a long time, which makes it a very ideal long-term investment, right? You won't have neighbors trying to be slumlords, letting places go to maximize cash flow. Now they'll stay nice for a long time. So I'm sitting here actually at gymnastics waiting for my kids to get out. I was editing that video, and dude, the second half was so boring. I talked like so monotone. I'm just gonna remake it in my t-shirt and my dirty hat because I've been doing yard work today earlier. But here's the point of the whole video, right? Those properties are incredible, and it matters to show you, to tell you how incredible they are, to better illustrate my lesson. Okay. We came across those properties. I've been looking for like 8 months for good properties, right? At that time in the market, this is about a year and a half ago, everyone was just dumping their garbage, right? The market it was at the highest it had ever been, and everyone with like crappy fourplexes, they were all dumping them. It was mostly like these old houses that were kind of chopped up into fourplexes that could only go so high long term, right? Because they weren't like purpose built as rental properties. Whereas these ones, they were, right? And so they had good cash flow, but I saw in them the potential to keep climbing over time, valuation wise, right? Well, when we found these properties, okay, we weren't chomping at the bit for them, right? They were up. I looked at them a little bit. I'm not sure. It's kind of a lot of money. Let's crunch some numbers, call the agent, get some more numbers. And, eventually we talked to him, right? And it's about $1,000 a month cash flow, which back then was pretty good. It was a good, fair deal, right? I wouldn't have minded more for how much they cost, but it was a pretty fair deal, and it was a lot more than anything else we had seen that was like a good property. And so I'm talking to the agent, and we're going to put an offer in. Well, they had been going back and forth with a couple different clients. One was a cash buyer who offered just a little bit less, but he also he had some like issues with his 1031 exchange he was doing that he had to work out first. And there was another client that they had gone back and forth with 3 times. Okay, this agent, his client was actually a Utah Jazz basketball player. I don't know which one. Of course, he didn't say that, but he just let me know, oh, it's cool. It's a Jazz player trying to buy this thing. So no doubt, with a client that impressive, this agent was trying to impress a client. Okay, I probably would too, but I would have chosen a different way to impress him. But so they come in and they offered lower. They got countered. They countered back. By the third kind of back and forth, they were within $10,000 on each property of full asking price. When the agent told me that, my first thought was like, what the heck? Like, 10 grand doesn't make or break a deal, especially on a rental property where the main goal is like cash flow and long-term growth, right? Maybe on a fix and flip, that 10 grand might make somewhat of a difference. But not on a rental of this valuation, right? So I'm like, okay, like that's dumb. They're priced fair. So I paint a picture for him of hey, they're great. It's a good win-win. We want them. I'm going to give you an offer right now. And we offered a full price. There's no negotiation. They didn't try to come back and forth or have those, hey, they're going to go back to the first, that main agent and ask if they wanted to beat my offer. They appreciated just that we were forthright, easy to work with. They accepted it. We went to due diligence, a few small things here and there. We got like around $3.5 off per property. Didn't ask for any more than we needed. And it's such a small amount. How could they possibly say no? But not so much that they would maybe call into question what the repairs were and things like that. So just the whole thing was just a smooth, easy transaction. And later, actually, I had to buy one off market just from him directly because he knew, easy to work with, and and it was just it led to another great purchase later on as well. But my point is this, right? So that other agent, okay, was trying to impress his client by offering less, trying to get him a deal. Okay, now no one knows the future, so you can't blame him for that. But over less than 20 grand, that client of his missed out on $800,000 of market appreciation, and initially $1,000 up to $1,800 a month cash flow per fourplex. Okay, that 170 grand of tax savings that my client got could have been his client's, right? Huge money. I mean, overall, just a tremendous amount of money was lost over less than 20 grand. Okay, and this is the moral of the story. Like my dad always said growing up, pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. If it's a good deal, just take it, right? Just jump on it if it's fair. Of course, we always want it to be a bit better. But once we try to make it towards where it's one-sided, that's when we had the chance to lose the deal. Because the seller won't be motivated if it's one-sided. If we're happy to let them keep some skin on the bones, keep some coin in their pocket, right, then they'll be on our side as the buyer to have us buy the property, right? Because the most important thing is that the deal gets done. Okay? Don't get too caught up on numbers, on deals, on being a tough negotiator, back and forth, proving a point. The most impressive way, or the best way to impress your client, I guess I could say, would be to get the deal done. Okay, not to be so hardball on either end that you blow the deal and it never happens. Okay, so that's the moral of today's story. I hope going forward into the future, it helps someone out there to maybe to pull the trigger on something that you're going to be really happy you did later on. So I couldn't have foreseen this type of growth in just a year and a half. But that's what happened, and we got it because we weren't greedy. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please, guys, drop comments below of things you wanted me to talk about. Any topic in real estate. I have examples and yeah, tell me what y'all want to hear about. I'd appreciate it. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you next video.